Okay, good morning. So today we are going to learn a new chapter, chapter 3, metals and non-metals. Chapter 3, metals and non-metals. In this chapter, physical properties, chemical properties of metals, then reactivity series, then ionic compounds. These are the only portions for this year. That means from 3.4 onwards, it is deleted. So only few portions there. These things are already learned in 8th standard. Physical and chemical. Yeah. Rifa,
Page number.
this chapter 37. Starting from 37. From 3.4 onwards, it is deleted. Okay. Occurrence of metals, then corrosion, prevention of corrosion. These all things are deleted.
Ma'am, only first page is there.
No. Physical properties, then chemical properties, reactivity series, ionic compounds from page number 37 to 49 included in the syllabus, but it's very simple. These things that you already learned. No need to worry for that. Okay. This is clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Shall we start?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, chapter 3, metals and non-metals. Chapter 3, metals and non-metals. So can you tell me certain examples for this metals?
Iron,
Iron,
copper,
copper. Aditya S. Krishna, can you tell me any example? Metals. Iron, copper, then
aluminium,
aluminium. Okay, Vishnu Priya, can you tell me one? Any metal? Which one?
magnesium,
Yeah, magnesium. Then Rifa, one example.
ma'am, lead,
Yeah, lead. Ashik,
Steel,
steel is not a metal. It's an alloy, mixture of metals. Okay.
mercury,
Yeah, mercury. Then
zinc,
zinc. Rajot, any example?
gallium,
Gallium. Okay. We can check this gallium belongs to metal or not. Okay, gallium is a metalloid. Okay. So we can write the common examples for metals. You can also write along with me. Metals. Iron. Then copper. Then aluminium. Then zinc. Sodium. Magnesium. These all are examples of metals. Then we can learn certain examples for non-metals. Non-metals. Can you tell me?
plastic, wood,
Yeah. From the periodic table, which are the examples? Plastic, wood, these are also examples for non-metals.
sulfur,
carbon,
Yeah, very good. Carbon.
sulfur,
Yeah, sulfur.
water,
Which one?
water,
Water is a compound, right? We want examples from elements.
air,
Yeah, oxygen, not
oxygen,
air. Air is a mixture. Oxygen. It's okay. Then-
sodium,
yeah, hydrogen. Which one?
sodium,
Sodium.
Lithium.
Sodium is an example for metal. Look here. Lithium is
Neon.
also example for metal.
Neon.
Neon is a noble gas.
Ma'am, iodine.
Yeah, iodine. What about chlorine? Chlorine.
Salt.
Yeah, sulfur already written. Then I told you chlorine. Okay. Iodine, then chlorine, bromine.
Diamond.
Diamond is an allotrope of carbon. Okay, that means one form of this carbon. So these all are examples of non.
Potassium.
Potassium is a metal. Okay. So these are different examples of metals. I will give you one idea to find out the metals and non-metals from periodic table. In the periodic table, this left side, it consists of metals. Okay. Left side of the periodic table, it consists of metals. And the right side of the periodic table, it consists of non-metals. Okay. This is clear? I think there is one periodic table in your textbook. Page number 86. Page number 86. Page number 86.
Ma'am, this chapter is there for term 1.
Yes. Chapter 3 also included for term 1. In page number 86, there is one periodic table. Those represented in green color, that is metals. Those represented in green color, that is metals. Then yellow color, that is non-metal. Yellow color, that is non-metal. Clear? So this lithium, beryllium, sodium, magnesium, potassium, calcium, these all are examples of metals. Okay. Then what about non-metals? Carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. Neon also included in non-metal. Adidev? Yeah, but it belongs to noble gas. Then phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, bromine, selenium, iodine. These all are examples of non-metals. Okay. Then can you tell me the uses of these metals and non-metals? Before that, all of you switch on your videos. Lolita, Rose, Meghna, Pia, Hadedi, Haya, Savio, Johan, all of you. Have you completed this slide, children? Examples of metals and non-metals? You can write some examples for metals and non-metals.
Here, gallium is metal.
Gallium belongs to metal?
In this value,
Okay, okay. Can you tell me the atomic number, Aditya?
30,
Which one?
31.
31. Yeah, okay, okay, okay. I'm sorry, gallium also included here. Okay. So can you write the examples for this metals and non-metals now? Iron, copper, aluminium, zinc, sodium, magnesium, potassium, gallium. You will obtain more examples while looking at the periodic table. Adidev, can you please read the examples of metals?
From where? Board or text?
Board.
Iron.
Iron.
Iron. Potassium.
Yeah.
Copper. Gallium. Aluminum. Zinc. Sodium. Magnesium.
Okay. The non-metals.
Carbon. Sulfur. Oxygen. Hydrogen. Iodine. Chlorine. And bromine.
Okay. Have we completed, children? Shall we discuss the uses? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah?
Yes,
Finish.
ma'am.
Okay, okay. All of you finish, right? Okay, then can you tell me the uses of this metals? Uses of metals, common uses. You can think about the examples, then tell me the uses.
Used as
Making
conductors.
wires.
Yeah, very good. Used as conductors. Then, Aditya, did you tell me any point?
No, wires can
Yeah.
be drawn.
Yes, electrical wires. Then,
Construction.
yeah, for construction purposes. Then, this gold, silver also belongs to metals. Also, which one, Ashik?
Making of alloys.
Not clear?
Making of alloys.
Making of? I can't hear you. Okay, you can send me in the chat box. Rifa, can you tell me any other use?
Ma'am, for making daily appliances.
That means?
Ma'am, that tools and all.
Yeah, okay, tools. And what's the purpose of this gold and silver?
Jewelry.
Yeah, for making jewelry. Okay, Ashik. Aditya, which metal is used for medicines? You told about sodium potassium tablets? Aditya? Yeah, okay. So these all are general uses of metals. Then what about non-metals? Non-metals. Uses of non-metals.
Lab.
Lab. Yeah, in lab both metals and non-metals used, right? Yes. Both
Construction.
examples, yeah. Which one?
Construction.
Which non-metal is used for construction?
Like daily use appliances like bulb.
Which one?
Argon
Lead is an
using
example. Argon, right? Okay. What about general uses of non-metals? It's an exceptional case. It belongs to noble gas.
Hospitals.
Yeah,
Like
hospitals. Which one? Which one?
Oxygen.
Yeah, for breathing, right? Yes. The same thing you have learned in 8th standard, uses of metals and non-metals. What's the use of chlorine? Tell me that. Chlorine.
pores.
Antiseptic.
Pore. Cleaner.
For
Water.
cleaning purpose. Yes. That means purification, right? Yes. Then what about sulfur? Sulfur.
Acid.
Yeah, acids. It's a acids. Then which component is there in crackers and explosives?
Potassium.
Which one? Sulfur content is there, right?
Carbon.
Explosives, yeah. So for making explosives, crackers.
Jewelry.
Which one?
Jewelry.
Which one jewelry?
Diamond.
Diamond is an allotrope of carbon. Okay. So we cannot consider it as a non-metal. Allotrope means one form of carbon. That's it. From the periodic table, we are selecting certain non-metals. Then what about nitrogen, phosphorus, etc.? What's the purpose of that? It is used in fertilizers, right? Fertilizers. So these all are general uses of metals and non-metals. Metals and non-metals. Nas, can you please read the slide? Uses of metals and non-metals? Yeah.
Metals, conductors, electric wires, construction purposes, tools, to making jewelries.
Okay.
Non-metals for breathing,
Mm.
purification, acids, making explosive crackers, fertilizers.
Okay. What about iodine? Iodine. What's the use of iodine? For medicinal purposes, right? In the betadine, you know the ointment betadine. Iodine is the main content. So, for making ointments.
Then
Yeah. It is also used as Ashik?
disinfectants.
Yeah, disinfectants also. Have we completed? All of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Then we are going to discuss about the physical properties of these metals. Okay, physical properties of metals. There are certain physical properties. Before learning each one, we are going to discuss one activity. Okay, so who will read this activity 3.1? Melvin, can you please read?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Take samples of iron, copper, aluminium, and magnesium. Note the appearance of each sample. Clean the surface of each sample by rubbing them with sandpaper and note their appearance again.
Okay. Take samples of iron, copper, aluminium, and magnesium. These all are examples of metals. Which are they? Iron, copper, aluminium, and magnesium. Then clean the surface of each sample by rubbing them with sandpaper. What's the use of sandpaper that you have learned in first chapter? We are cleaning this magnesium ribbon using sandpaper. Yeah.
Polishing.
Polishing. What's the purpose of polishing?
To remove the outer layer.
Pioneer.
To remove the oxides and carbonates present in the outer layer. We know that these metals are very reactive. When they comes into contact with atmosphere, certain coating is formed, right? So to remove all this coating, we are rubbing it using sandpaper. Then you have to note their appearance. What's the appearance of all metals? Is it shiny or dull?
Dull.
Dull. You think about pure or fresh form of gold, silver, aluminium, iron. Is it dull or shiny?
Shiny.
Yeah, shining appearance, right? So this is the first physical property of metals. This property is known as metallic luster. Okay, metallic luster. That means shining surface. Clear? So you can write the first property of metals. You can write physical properties. Physical properties of metals. Switch on your videos. And the first one, metals in their pure state. Metals in their pure state have a shining surface. Have a shining surface. This property is called metallic luster. metallic luster. Okay. So this is the first property. They have a shining surface. Let's just find out by looking their appearance. Okay. And metals in their pure state should be in this metallic luster. Otherwise, some coating will be there in their surface due to the reaction with moisture, air, etc. Clear? So metals in their pure state have a shining surface. This property is called metallic luster. This is clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Have we completed, all of you? Yes, right? Ishnu, Johan, Savio, Haya, Hadidi, Lolita, Afsana, all of you switch on your videos. So then we are going to discuss the next physical property. So there is one activity here, activity 3.2. We are using the same metals, okay? Aluminium, iron, copper, aluminium, magnesium, sodium, lead, zinc. Who will read? Nirupama, can you read?
Take a small pieces of iron, copper, aluminium, and magnesium.
Yes.
Try to cut these metals with a sharp knife and note your observations. Hold a piece of sodium metal with a pair of tongs,
Yes.
pressing between the folds of a filter paper. Put it on a watch glass and try to cut it with a knife. What do you observe?
Yes. Take small pieces of iron, copper, aluminium, and magnesium. Okay. Take small pieces of iron, copper, aluminium, and magnesium. These all are examples of metals. Then try to cut these metals with a sharp knife and note your observations. You can tell me, is it possible to cut with a sharp knife? These metals,
No.
iron, copper, aluminium, magnesium, etc. Is it possible?
No.
Ma'am.
No, right? That means, what's the property of metals there?
They
Except
are
Hard substance.
Yeah, metals are generally hard. Okay, so this is the second physical property of metals. Metals are generally hard, but there are certain exceptions. Okay, here there is one metal, it is
Sodium.
sodium. Yeah, yes. So we are going to discuss about sodium. The sodium metal, it is very reactive. Okay, compared to other metals, the sodium and potassium, they are very reactive. When they come into contact with atmosphere, they will burn. Not only with contact with atmosphere, but also with water. It's very reactive. So these metals, they are stored in, especially the sodium and potassium, they are stored in kerosene. Avoid the contact between air and water. Clear? The sodium is very reactive. That in order to avoid the contact with air and water, we are using the sodium in kerosene. Clear? And there is one caution, always handle sodium metal with care. Dry it by pressing between the folds of a filter paper. Otherwise, if we take the sodium metal in your hand, it comes into contact with air and it will burn within our hand. Okay, it will cause burns. That's why we are using this filter paper to hold that sodium metal. Clear? Then put it on a watch glass and try to cut it with a knife. We can able to, the sodium metal is also hard, but we can able to cut it with a knife. So we can generalize the statement, metals are generally hard. Clear? So this is the second property. Metals are generally hard. You can write the second one. Metals are generally hard. And this hardness, it varies from metal to metal. Not all metals are equally hard. this hardness, it varies from one metal to another one. Okay. So this is the second property of metals. First one, metallic luster. Second one, hardness. Have we completed this one, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Then just 1 minute. Yes, I will show the video of the sodium reacts with water. Okay. Then now you can able to understand how much reactive the sodium. This is clear now, children? It's very reactive. When they comes into even contact with air or water, it will be exploded. That's why we are using certain precautions like filter paper to hold the sodium. And we are storing the sodium in kerosene. We can note this point also. Sodium metal. It's very reactive. When they comes into contact with moisture, exploded. Sodium metal is always stored in kerosene. To avoid the contact. While holding filter paper should be used. Okay. Have we completed?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. What about others? All of you finished, right? Okay. Then the next activity, activity 3.3. Activity 3.3. Rifa, can you please read?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Take pieces of iron, zinc, lead, and copper. Place any metal on a block of iron and strike it 4 or 5 times with a hammer. What do you observe? Repeat with other metals. Record the change in the shape of these metals.
Yes. Take pieces of iron, zinc, lead, and copper. Then place any one metal on a block of iron and strike it 4 or 5 times with hammer. Okay. Place any one metal on a block of iron and strike it 4 or 5 times with a hammer. What do you observe? What happens to its shape? Then repeat with other metals also. Yeah, what happens?
It will be flattened.
Yeah, it will be flattened, right? So this type of property of metals, it is known as malleability. Okay, malleability. Metals can be beaten into thin sheets. Using hammer, we can able to make it change into thin sheets. So this property of metals, it is called malleability. Clear? We can able to convert metals into thin sheets by continuous beating. So this property is called malleability. This is clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So this is the third property. Sweet. Okay, third one. Metals can be beaten into thin sheets. This property is called malleability. Malleability. Do you know which is the most malleable metal? Most malleable metal?
Aluminium.
No.
Gold.
Yeah, very good. Gold and silver. You just think about the small, that means thin chains that can be obtained from this gold pieces. Okay. So this gold and silver, they are the most malleable metals. Malleable metals.
Ma'am, gold or silver?
Gold and silver, both. Both equally. So this is the third property of metals. First one, metallic luster. Then second one, hardness. Third one, malleability. Metals can be beaten into thin sheets. This property is called malleability. Then gold and silver, they are the most malleable metals. This is clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Arjun, can you please read?
Metals can be beaten in thin sheets. This property is called
This property is called malleability. Yeah. Then gold and silver, they are the most malleable metals. Then we learned one important use of metals. That is wires. We can make this metals into wires, right? So this metals can be drawn into wires. This property is called ductility. Clear? Ductility. Metals can be drawn into wires. In the case of malleability, it can be changed into thin sheets. Okay? Malleability, metals can be drawn to thin sheets. Then metals can be drawn to thin wires. It is called ductility. So it is the fourth property. Metals can be drawn to thin wires. It's called ductility. Clear? Ductility. And here also gold is the most ductile metal. Gold is the most ductile metal. Using even 1 gram of gold, we can make even 2 kilometer length of chain. Okay, that's the reason why gold is considered as the most ductile metal. We can draw into thin wire. So these are the main properties of metals. There are certain points remaining that we can discuss in the next class. Okay. So can you tell me which are the 4 properties? Physical properties of metals?
Malleable.
Malleability. Then Meghna, can you tell me one property? Meghna? Yes.
Ductility.
Yeah, ductility. Vishnupriya, can you tell me one?
Malleability.
Malleability, ductility, then
Hard, generally hard.
yeah, hardness. Then Anne Mary, can you tell me one?
Metallic luster.
Metallic luster. Then which is the most ductile metal? Fia? Fia. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Which is the
Gold and
most
silver.
gold is the most ductile metal, which is the most malleable metals. Prajot?
gold and silver.
Yeah, gold and silver. Then we can discuss the remaining things in the next class. Let me take your attendance. And thank you all. See you in the next class. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.